It's absurd how much I love Journey Spice. Journey Spice, non-GMO, no salt, no sugar, just all sorts of goodness and smart, environmentally friendly packaging. Pinch the top, take it off. Food tastes better. Comes in singles, 2-packs, and 4-packs. It's Journey Spice. Find them at Amazon.com. Time for Denver's best sports talk with the Altitude Daily.
This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Moser, Lombardi, and Kane.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say another thing regarding the trading Nikola Jokic stuff that came out, and now ESPN has gotten its claws on it and it's getting out of hand.
So ridiculous.
It's not going to happen. All right. He's not going to get traded. It was a break glass in case of emergency type of comment that I'm sure Josh, to say it again, probably wouldn't have said anything. This is why people don't like speaking to the media, because things get taken out of context. And it was. I mean, I'm being truthful with you. I'll go at this point. Nikola Jokic, maybe years down the line, possibility of getting traded, sure. But the next 5 years, nah. He's going to sign an extension here in Denver. And if he doesn't do it this year, he'll do it next year. There'll be an extension signed. I am so sure of that. I am so damn sure of that. That if Nikola Jokic were to get traded in the next 5 years, what can I give you besides my retirement papers?
Vic,
what can I offer?
I'm the same way.
What could I offer you? Is there something I can? What is it? What is it I could offer you?
How many times has this junk been on the line?
Now, we can't put junk on the line anymore because the junk doesn't mean anything.
What are you talking
Speak
about?
for yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say. Good Lord Almighty.
I'm trying to put something on the line
I'm an
here.
old man without a prostate.
I'll stop playing golf. I'll stop.
Oh my God.
Turn in my clubs.
I mean, I think you would rather.
I'll stop.
I think it's preferable for him to put his junk on the line.
I'd
than
much
to do
rather.
that.
I'd much rather be a unit.
How about this?
Listen.
You can put a tracker on my car.
Nobody wants to track.
And I will never, ever go to 7-Eleven again.
You'll just go to.
Yeah, that doesn't
Circle
count.
K.
Yeah.
No, I'm teasing.
Hang on.
I mean, look, dude, it's just, I want to reiterate, Vic, I want to emphasize, the comment was made to explain how ludicrous it would be to even think about the second apron for this team the way it's currently structured with the contracts they have.
So, again.
That's all it is. It's just silly for anybody to take anything. And they're talking about should Jokic want to stay with the Nuggets long term.
Hold on.
So stupid.
Hold on. I just want to, the headline, should Jokic want to stay with the Nuggets long term? That's on First Take.
The Altitude Daily. The Morning Sprint.
Deron Holmes, we found out yesterday, he will be playing in Summer League. Are they going to rush him back? No, but he's had this full year to recover from the Achilles injury. If he's playing in Summer League, I expect him to be a big part of this team during the regular season. So you have your 4/5 figured out there. They also said you're going to play the young guys. Is Zeke Naji being traded in the next couple of days? Probably not. If you want to get rid of Zeke's contract, you need things to trade away. What do you not have? Picks. That's what you have to give up to get rid of contracts. At least in the NBA. In the NHL, people are just helping each other out left and right. It's crazy. Freaking Vancouver Canucks helping out Edmonton. I digress. The young guys are going to play. So your 4 and 5 should be fixed internally, or at least they will be addressed internally. And that means
the young guys
you need to look
playing.
at the 3.
The young guys playing for the Denver Nuggets. Who's going to be the biggest beneficiary of that mindset going forward? What player?
Deron Holmes
KJ?
or Strother. Those are my two dudes.
I'm going to say Strother. He needs it.
For me, it's Peyton Watson. And I know he's played, but he hasn't played because his offensive game, it has to continue to evolve and develop. Injuries have played a role in his stunted growth. This is a player that is going to be setting up shop in the Aaron Gordon offseason camp of bettering his shot, bettering his offensive game. He just needs on the court reps consistently. And then you'll find out if he's the guy or not.
Seriously, drink from whatever well Aaron Gordon drank from 2 off seasons ago.
Because that's the reports are that Peyton Watson is going to be just, hey, I want to go hang out with that guy and work his schedule because that made him a far better shooter. Because he put the work in, man. It's not that hard. You roll up your sleeves, you're ready to put some elbow grease on it, and it's time to go. And that's what Peyton Watson needs to do.
Does he get as much run as a guy like Julian Strawther, considering the early season struggles that Jamal Murray has had over the last 3 seasons?
I think so. And I think the two of them, it's not just like, it's not
Watson's
either
not
or.
a backcourt player, but like Strawther will be asked to shoulder a lot of that load if it continues again.
If you can get offensive production from Peyton Watson at a highly improved level from last season, that might be the Mona Lisa that you're talking about.
The Altitude Daily. Columbus, Hastings, and DMAC.
All right, so I do want to talk to you about this whole allegation of collusion that happened in the NFL over the past couple days here, and specifically what it had to do with Russell Wilson and his contract. It sounds like when you read it, kind of just common sense in that it was smarter for them to not give him a fully guaranteed deal. But I don't know, can you maybe explain the whole collusion case and what is leading towards some consternation here?
Yeah, this has been going on since the cap came in, and you know that guaranteed money in the NFL is always the rub. You know, it's baseball. If you're a pitcher and you sign a contract, it's fully guaranteed, and it doesn't matter if you need Tommy John surgery after your first start. Doesn't matter if you never throw a pitch again.
Chris Bryant says hello.
Yeah. And I think NBA, there's far more guaranteed money, but the NFL has the biggest rosters, twice as many players as a hockey team. It's bigger. Even the players routinely say, weekly, I hear a player say injury rate is 100%. So owners are always going to fight fully guaranteed contracts. I mean, the stars in today's NFL largely have their contracts guaranteed. Peyton Manning's contract with the Broncos had almost every single dollar guaranteed before he played for the team. So it does exist, but it doesn't exist for everybody. And that's when Deshaun Watson signed his fully guaranteed deal, this case in particular was part of a grievance. Deshaun Watson signs his deal. In the owners' meeting, the spring owners' meetings that happened after Watson signed his deal, it was a topic discussed by the owners and the team officials, the management council in the meeting. So the Players Association later filed a grievance that, hey, you can't talk about limiting salary or, get together on that. The league gave presentations of guaranteed money through the years and all of those things. And eventually this grievance, which was from 2022, makes it to the arbitrator because that's how they've agreed to settle things. And the arbitrator said, yeah, they talked about colluding, certainly, but they didn't meet all of the criteria that you could rule it as collusion. But he did say, yeah, they certainly talked about it. And with the intent of limiting salaries. So that's as far as it went. There's sort of, in the legal world, there's sort of 3 elements to collusion, to getting together and limiting salaries, which is a violation of the CBA and federal law. This arbitrator said they met one of the 3 requirements, and that, specifically that the Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray, the 3 quarterbacks who signed immediately after Watson, did not get guaranteed deals. That was part of the fully guaranteed deals. That was part of the grievance.
The Altitude Daily. Kretman and Lindahl.
Okay, Brooklyn has a slew of picks.
5 of them.
5 in the first round, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out if they've got Brooklyn using all 5. I see 3 so far.
I can't imagine a planet where you'd even want to do that. Like, yeah, I suppose you could take some overseas guys and stash them, but to what end?
So they've got pick 26 and 27 to end the round, if anybody's curious.
Yeah.
Is that where you maybe talk them into a Zeke Najee trade? And the Nuggets end up with, let's say they trade 27, they get Drake Powell, small forward from North Carolina.
If the Nuggets, okay, maybe they would trade Zeke. Maybe they would trade like their 2031 first or whatever.
And Zeke.
But like, what's one of the flaws with this roster currently? It's this bevy of dudes that you took in the 20s.
Yeah, you're right.
That you're like hoping to develop into good NBA players. I don't want another one.
No, I get that, but Zeke did not play. He got a couple minutes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And you're right. You've got too many guys you're hoping hit that you drafted in the 20s because you've been a good team. But I would also say you got too many people you're not willing to even call up and take off your bench at this point. So though I'm not against your reasoning. If I can trade Zeke Najee and get a guy that maybe David Adelman will at least attempt to play, then I've won. No? Because look, you're not getting, what is it, the 19th pick they've got? You're not getting pick 8.
Here's why I'm out on that.
You're not getting 14. And you're not getting 19 out of Brooklyn.
I don't
for
want
Zeke Najee anyway.
I'm set on youth. They got plenty.
You want veterans to come in. All right, Michael Malone.
I am.
I didn't know Michael Malone was hosting the show with me today.
It's almost like when you see who David Adelman played in the playoffs. It's almost like it was justice for Malone. Like, yeah, I'm good on the youth. Deron Holmes. Let's develop him up. I'm all for it. Give me some veterans, man. Give me some nasty. Give me another Bruce Brown, a KCP something.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.